Hello, my name is Sydney Renee Weaver. My accessibility capstone is Hearing Parents Guide to Learning American Sign Language Online. I am a Deaf and Sign Language Studies major with a minor in accessibilities as an undergrad. I have known American Sign Language and the culture since 2014. I started in high school, and I want hearing parents to know American Sign Language is an option for their deaf child. ASL is how a majority of deaf people communicate, yet more deaf people are born from hearing parents. 90% of deaf children are born to hearing parents according to the National Institute of Health in 2021. So there is a chance that deaf children are not getting the chance to learn American Sign Language and their culture. And deaf children of hearing parents have age-level vocabulary growth when exposed to American Sign Language by 6 months of age by Ms. Cecilia et al. Mentioned in the study, we have found that children who begin learning ASL by 6 months old largely develop strong vocabulary at the same rate as native signing children. Children who are exposed to ASL generally successfully learn ASL vocabulary. They also mention language learning in early childhood is critical for communication, social communication, and social interaction, but has even more far-reaching effects on child development. All languages, including sign language like American Sign Language, can equally support healthy child development. This study shows that parents who expose their children to American Sign Language can help improve their language skills. According to Cornell Law Legal Information, the Board of Education and Henderson-Hudson Central School District v. Riley was argued on March 23, 1982 and decided on June 28, 1982. Education of the Disabled Act provides federal money to assist states and local agencies in educating disabled children. To qualify for federal assistance, the state must demonstrate through detailed plans submitting for federal approval. This means a child would need an individualized educational program, IEP. This is a plan for the child to have a plan to get their free education. There was a deaf child in the school that had a classroom hearing aids, yet the parents want to fight it because they wanted their daughter to have an American Sign Language interpreter. The teacher said that she was doing well in her classes, so she didn't need an interpreter. I will specifically be looking at POUR, Perceivable, Operable, Understandable, and Robust Guidelines. I will be keeping these guidelines in mind, but I will be specifically using understandable. When looking at these principles, it means looking for a clear purpose is a key to a good user's experience and accessibility. People enjoy products that are designed for the audience, guided by a defined purpose and goals, according to Horton and Quisenberry in 2013. When having a website that teaches a language, it is important to let the users know about the culture too, and more resources if they want to look up more information. If parents are unsure about their deaf child's education, in Washington there are a few schools for deaf children. If parents want their child to attend public schools, the schools legally have to accommodate the student. This law is called Section 504. The Washington Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction stated federal and state laws protect students from disability discrimination in public schools. Under Section 504, students with disabilities can access the accommodation aids and services they need to access and benefit from the education. This means deaf children have the right to good education with aid from the state. In addition, deaf people have employment rights. All people with disabilities have employment rights. The American Disabilities Act, ADA, have 5 titles. The first title is employment. Employers must provide reasonable accommodations. Such accommodations provide provisions of written materials in alternate formats such as Braille, provisions of sign language interpreters, according to SMART in 2016. As parents, it is best to think about the child's options that you have for your deaf child. Thinking about their development is just as important as thinking about the future. My research question is, what online resources are available for hearing parents to learn American Sign Language, ASL? My project goal is to educate parents on what is out there for them to learn ASL for their deaf children. I'm promoting American Sign Language and learning the culture. In my project, I'm providing 4 different websites you can learn American Sign Language from. I am showing what I have learned when evaluating 4 different websites. The contents of my project has a guide for hearing parents to learn American Sign Language online. I'm specifically looking at hearing parents of deaf children. I am only looking at online resources. I'm planning to do an item analysis. I will be observing websites to see if it'll be well for hearing parents to learn American Sign Language for their deaf children. I'll be evaluating 4 websites: startasl.com, signschool.com, takelesson.com, and lifeprint.com. Here's the criteria I made. Also, what I'm looking for on the websites. First is information. Does the website provide information about grammar, culture, etc.? Second, convenience. Can the user do class/learning at their own pace? Third, activities. Is there more than one way to learn ASL through the website? Fourth is understandable. Is the website easy to follow? Can it be navigated without any issues? Fifth and lastly, price/cost. How much is a lesson/whole program? The ranking is the lowest, the highest number is better, and the lower number is the worst. The lowest number can be 5 and the highest can be 25. 2 websites have different payments, startasl.com and takealesson.com. And one of the websites has a YouTube channel linked on their website with more information. StartASL and takealesson.com are more of an online class setting. Sign School is learning American Sign Language but jumping in. LifePrint and StartASL.com has a lot of information and has a section for baby signs. The first website, StartASL.com, has a lot of information on the website. It scored a 5 because it had many different sections for people to go onto, even has a section for learning baby signs. The website shows first that you can learn ASL for free, yet when I tried to continue, it said I had to pick a silver or gold membership, which is a little deceiving. The pricing is so varying, it goes by month, semester, year. The silver membership monthly is $25, semesters $150, and yearly is $200. The gold membership monthly is $50, the semester is $300, and yearly is $500, which is why the price and cost is got between a 4 and a 1. It is either cheaper or expensive. For convenience, it scored differently because it's stated that gold memberships get a priority over silver members. In addition, gold membership students would get feedback and extra worksheets with vocab, flashcards, and practice sentences. Then for activities, they both got the same thing because they both have the same activities. Convenience for the website that had lessons people had to do in a time frame, it might not be as convenient for working parents. They also host live meetings with practice events, which seem like a place for people to practice what they have learned. The second website, scienceschool.com, didn't have a lot of information about ASL other than clicking on the lesson, which is why it got a 3. The user must go through the lesson to know what you're going to learn. It is convenient, you can learn as you go, nothing is timed, there is no meetings. So I got a 5 for convenience because anyone can do the lessons at any time. It scored a 3 for activities because it had a finger spelling game and a sign game. For understanding, it got a 4 because it is straightforward to click on the lesson and what the user wants to start with. It is easy to learn, but there is no structure or information of what you should be doing. The website is completely free, so it got 5 for price and cost. The third website is takealesson.com. It has a bit of information, but most of the information is through meetings, so I got a 4 for information because for at least the videos and articles that the users read have information about the language and culture, yet it doesn't have information where to get more. I don't think the website is convenient if parents work, which is why it gets a 2. The main place users would gain more information is through the meetings, but I did see some information on their website. The meetings were during the day from what I saw, but most were in the morning. These weren't in the evening. There were a few activities, live meetings, videos, and reading some articles, so I got a 4. For understandable, it is straightforward that if the users want to learn baby signs, they click on the class, watch, and read the articles. If they want more, they attend the live meetings. I gave it a 4. The price for the website means that the users want to watch more videos a month, live meetings per month. If parents want to pay monthly, they can have an unlimited amount of watching the videos and joining the meetings. Yet for the price difference, I couldn't find if some of them were different than others. The fourth website is lifeprint.com. It has a ton of information, a section for baby signs, which is why it gets a 5. It is convenient. Parents can go on the website at any time and look at the videos and learn. The website has quite a few activities. It scores a 5 because it's a fingerspelling game, workbook, word search puzzles, quizzes for lessons. Understandably, the website got a 2 because it was an outdated website. The website was started in 1997. There's blue links on the sides of the screens. It is all the same. It can be disorienting to read. Through the website, it can be hard to understand in the beginning, so it may take some time to understand how the website works and where everything is. Next, for price and cost. This whole website is free. In addition, it is also connected to a YouTube channel named Bill Vickers. He also has more videos and lessons on his YouTube channel that are not connected to the website. My recommendation for hearing parents is to go to the baby signs section of whatever website they feel comfortable with to learn from and learn what you need to know. Personally, I would use Bill Vickers' YouTube channel. It has a video for baby signs and you can watch as many times as you want at your own pace. Then you could go to lifeprint.com and do the test. That would help you remember what you have learned in the video. Parents can learn more about American Sign Language and culture later. It doesn't need to be right away. In Deaf People in Society, Psychological, Sociological, and Educational Perspective by Leah and Anders in 2017 stated, parents who are relatively comfortable with having deaf children will be more comfortable with their deaf children having deaf friends. Members of the deaf culture can help increase parents' comfort level. Interacting with others that know the language can be helpful for the child and the parent. If I were to add more or do a different project, I would add more criteria. Similar research I would have researched about post and prelingual deafness in children. In addition, I didn't consider if the child became deaf in the post or prelingual stage. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention discussed the prelingual is hearing loss happened before a person can talk, then postlingual is after a person learned to talk. This can affect how learning another language can affect the child's process of learning another language. For research I have done, I have found out that learning a language younger means better development. In How Deaf Children Learn, What Parents and Teachers Should Know in 2011 by Marshak and Husser discuss how difficult it is for parents to decide what they want to do, whether to sign or not. They mention deaf children who learn to sign at a young age with or without accompanying spoken language have been found to do better in school during the early years and have better social relationships with their parents' peers compared to children with similar hearing levels who are raised with only spoken language. There are websites out there to learn. and it can be hard to get started. Lastly, I would like to thank Dr. Peterson for helping with my project. My next step is to finish school, which means graduating in spring of 2023. Here are my references. Thank you for watching my presentation.